Chardé here. At my channel, we like to tackle tough topics with truth. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about why Black men are less motivated to protect Black women. So recently I did a live about Lauren Smith Fields. I'm sure you're familiar with it, the beautiful young woman that was recently killed, or at the very least found dead. They're still trying to figure out what happened. Either way, she's a young African-American woman who was found dead in her apartment. They're undergoing investigations, and of course, it's coming out that she was a divester, or at the very least, divester adjacent. Now, here is the thing. What was interesting to me is once I did the live, I started to see a consistent kind of comments come in. And I want to read one in particular that I think kind of encompasses an ideology that not all men, but some Black men within the Black community are feeling. And this is what it says. So the comment reads, "This is the same sister that stated that she was done with Black men labeling them coloreds. But now they are calling upon Black men to stand for justice on her behalf. It's unfortunate what happened to her, but I must decline playing any of my energy towards this case and bow out of this gracefully." So this is one of many comments that I received that shared this sentiment, but I wanted to share that one in particular because, again, I thought it did a really good job of encompassing this overall sentiment. So basically, there are men out here who are just like, listen, if a woman has decided to divest, and in her efforts to divest or marry out of the community, she starts to bash, she starts to label Black men as bad, she starts to shame them, berate them, insult them, or whatever, I should no longer be responsible for whatever happens to her. And there's a lot of men who are having this feeling and having this sentiment. And so I was shocked, but I guess not really surprised at the same time that I started to see this. You're seeing some who are just like, hey, this is an unfortunate case. It's not being treated respectfully. And there's also people out there who are just like, you play with fire, you get burned. Like, you're the one out here who were saying these different comments, posting these different things. And while I certainly didn't wish anything bad on you, I as a Black man don't feel responsible if you were very clear about the fact that you don't want to deal with me anymore. So this is what we are actually starting to see within the Black community. There is this tension. And, I would say, me personally, I think right is wrong, or right is right and wrong is wrong. And I try to live my life doing right by a person or doing right by people, irregardless of how they act. I stand before God, and so my goal is to treat people respectfully and try to treat people treat people with honor, no matter who they are, no matter how they act. Just because, like I said, I, at the end of the day, have to answer to God. But that is how I believe. That is how I act. That is how I respond. Many people out there very much are just like, hey, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You're going to reject me, I'm going to reject you back. And that is what is going on a lot in the community. I see a lot of women who are saying, hey, I want to divest, I want to go over here, I want to leave, I want to leave Tyrone and go to Brad or go to Zaddy or whatever. And the thing is, if you are truly divesting from the community, is it now the responsibility of the community that you divested from to protect you? And that is a really real issue, a really real question going on right now. So, to me, it's been really interesting to see this going on. I think the sad thing at the end of the day is that it's so common at this point to see women bashing men within the community, and like no one bats an eye. Like, there seems to be no social consequences associated with it. And we're starting to see men be like, forget about it. If you're going to talk about me, if we're going to have this culture where it's okay for you to just bash us, and then at the same time we're supposed to just defend you, we're not doing that anymore. Like, we need respect. And so I think just a general lack of respect in the community definitely is a problem, definitely is an issue. And like I said, at the end of the day, there's guys out here who are just like, if you're going to disrespect me, I don't feel obligated to take care of you. I don't feel obligated to now have to bend over backwards for you when you've made it clear that you don't need to be. And at the end of the day, it's like, well, are they wrong for feeling that way? Is that valid? Is that not valid? I mean, this is a very, very real talking point. And, whether or not we believe it or not, ladies, whether or not we think it's right or not, ladies, like, at the end of the day, if we are women and we're going out there bashing men, especially bashing men in the Black community, talking about how bad they are, talking about how dusty they are, why we don't need them, why we decide to divest from them, can we really expect that they're always going to be there for us as a community if we have already said we don't need you? I mean, what do you think? What do you think? What is a good way to respond to the situation? I'm curious to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we will talk later. Bye.